right. Hello, everybody. We are back for a Masters tournament guide. This is going to be for the Hollywood tournament and hole number 1 that I'm going to be setting up for. Now, what I'm going to try to focus on is precision here. Here you're going to see me put on Hornet. I kind of have a feeling, especially on a few of these holes, that on this account, I believe I'm going to definitely pick up these movie balls. Whether or not I go sniper or hammerhead, no big difference. I'll just use sniper since everybody has sniper. My personal preference would be hammerhead, but I would do that. Let me go over to this movie deal real quick. Not that one. Let me go to the shop, pick up this small one. I believe I'm going to probably, not 100% sure of that. I'm assuming, there's not going to be anything good coming from that chest. That's why I just kind of barreled through it. The only thing that you're seeing is me getting the balls. And as long as power is helpful, you are going to see me use that on the first hole. Now, I would set it up already, but I'm not sure power-wise how it's going to size up. But I'm probably going to use it because of the wind resistance. I don't know if you've seen, but it is 4 wind resistance, which is 45%. So you are going to see me use the 45% boost. It's either that or a mummy ball. It's probably what I'm thinking about for hole number 1. But since these are brand new balls and everybody is going to have the option of getting it, that is the suggestion that I'm going to be passing out to you guys, is to use the movie ball. And in terms of spin, I'm not real sure, but look, you can see that it barely gets there. It is going to be enough. I am going to do it with 1 top spin today and just kind of go from there. Now, I know this is probably going to be enough. I'm going to go probably about 8 rings with some full foam curl here. Perfect ball. Let's see how this looks. I'm not overly concerned about it being very long, so that's why you just see me kind of 1 top spinning as opposed to getting it up there a little bit closer. I just wanted to see where that falls, so I can think about what I want to do the rest of the week. I can up that and go an extra top spin, but not really necessary. I don't see me really going past 1.5 bars. If for some reason you're in Masters and don't have a POC 5 or higher on, because a POC 5 to a POC 7, it's going to land very similarly. So since top spin isn't a factor, you're essentially going to play it the exact same. So as long as you have a POC 5, you are good to go. You're going to need a little bit more power if you have, say, a POC 4. I wouldn't suggest really doing Masters this time if you don't have at least a POC 4. That would be kind of my minimum that I would suggest, and you would probably want to use a mummy. So on one of my accounts, your other alternative would be a Kingmaker, I'm assuming. You probably don't want to get into Berserkers, as it would just be foolish to lay up with a Berserker. So probably Kingmaker is what I'm thinking. And here you can see I'm a little bit towards min club here. Kind of towards mid, which is going to be maybe about 1.6 per ring for me. And what I like to do is I like to land this right on the very front of the green and kind of go from there. So here you're going to see me 2.5. That's should be pretty good. I like landing this pretty tight too. So here I'm going to do 3. I am going to do 6-ish rings. 6 to 7, somewhere in there. Let's see what that looks like. Just on front. Oh no, it's coming up short. So just a little hair too much backspin. It was right on line. But you can see what I'm doing with the wind resistant ball is just to make that pitch a little bit easier. You can see, you know, backspin doesn't really come into play too much. I do like to play it pretty tight, as you can see with my hops. I like kind of landing it right on the hole there. So I'll probably get a little bit more aggressive with the line tomorrow in terms of, you know, setting up more on the hole for the pitch to go in, as opposed to the way that you just saw me play it there. But that's what you're looking at for that hole. To be able to get that, I think you should be going with accuracy as opposed to, ooh, look at that. But here's the problem with the new green, those balls start to stop. But that was a well-played shot, all things considered. I will tap this in just for, I will do a couple holes, at least 3 or 4, and get a feel for if I'm going to qualify today, or if not, I'm just going to do, you know, I want to do an expert guide tomorrow. Technically, I can do it with my other account. I think it makes more sense to do it with this account, so it would be ideal for me not to qualify today. So what you're seeing me do with my ball there is more just to get a feel for it. I probably should have used the Kingmaker just to kind of, you know, waste something a little bit. But since these are, you know, readily available right now, you know, $5 there that I put down, it'll cover today's round and tomorrow round for those balls. So no big deal. But if I was to go any farther, I would probably need to pick up the $20 package. So I may or may not do that. We'll see. I feel like I keep putting out like more to put together all these guys. I just keep putting together, spending too much of my own money to basically be able to put out all these guides for y'all. But willing to do it, but just want you know, as many tournaments as they're putting out, it's just getting kind of all the time overwhelming a little bit. Let's see what we got here. So what I usually do is a backspin shot. So here I'm going to set up to, you can see it's long into the left that I'm setting up. In addition to that, I will go at least 10 rings from this spot. Hopefully I'm not going into full power here. I'm going to go more towards 11, because anytime you go into power, it means that the ball's traveling like higher and longer in the air, so you probably want to go a few extra rings, and that's what you can kind of see. That's what I was mentioning there. You saw me go 10.5 rings there, probably 10.5 to 11, and I'm still 4 yards to the right. So something to keep in mind when you are playing your shots. As you can see, that guy gave me a lot of room for error though. So you just want to be a little mindful of that. It looks like on that shootout hole, well, I'm glad that we got that. Let me think about what we've been getting downwind on that hole, I believe. So I believe that's the very next hole. So I'm going to think about strategy here for just 30 seconds briefly, and then I will set up for that and see you guys on the next tee. Hopefully you guys can get that pitch and start off with an eagle too. So good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next one.